Hello and welcome to the Profitable Coach Podcast. I'm your host, Kimberly Rich, and as the founder of the Bold Life Movement and a fellow coach for more than 7 years, I know the challenges that many of you face when launching or growing your coaching business. And I'm here to pull back the curtain on the coaching industry and help you overcome roadblocks to make the impact you were born to make. Each week, I'll be interviewing successful coaches from every corner of the industry to share exactly how they have managed to generate massive impact and income. From strategy to psychology, we cover it all. This show is presented to you by Transformation Academy, a global marketplace of courses and coaching certifications. So whether you are already part of our epic community or you're brand new to this show, if you're ready to learn what it takes to turn your passion for service into a profitable business, then keep listening. You are in the right place. Hello and welcome to episode 50 of the Profitable Coach Podcast. This is a super special episode and it's very on theme for what we're going to be talking about today, because we are now almost a year into this show, 50 episodes under our belt. And today's topic is all about being prolific over being perfect. Now, what does that mean? That means finding something worthwhile to talk about, finding something that you feel really passionate about that offers a lot of value to your potential clients, and then continuously putting that message out into the world. That means not hesitating and delaying and finicking with late logos and names and niches and things like that. Yes, it's important to establish who you speak to and how it is that you serve them. But most importantly is getting stuff out into the world, because action will actually give you the clarity that you need to understand what it is that you like talking about, what it is that you could continue to talk about for months, if not years to come. And it's only through practice and really shipping things that may be messy, maybe a little bit imperfect, that you're going to get that clarity. So what are some ways that you can do that? Blog posts, podcast episodes, being a guest on someone else's podcast episode, creating digital assets like courses and programs and ebooks that you can continuously point people back to, that both establish you as an expert and add value to the marketplace. Now, when you're doing these things, this is your invitation to make them as unique and as fun and as value-packed as possible, because that is what's going to set you apart from someone else. This isn't about having a race to the bottom and being the lowest price available on the market. This is about being as different, as unmistakable as you can possibly be. And that comes from really understanding what is your unique story? What is your flavor, your spice that you can add to everything that you create and put out into the world? And then once you've really tapped into that, just keep putting things out into the world. Even if you are creating a masterclass and no one shows or one person shows, I want you to show up as though 1,000 people are going to see this masterclass, because you never know who down the line is going to stumble across your brand, your post, your episode, whatever it is, find their way into your funnel, and then binge what it is that you've created. But you can't be bingeable for your future potential clients if you are not being prolific, if you're not putting stuff out there, shipping things before you think they're ready and perfect. That is really what sets people apart in the coaching marketplace, because if you are hiding behind closed doors and you're continuously tweaking and second guessing and trying to make things perfect and going back and forth on the name of what you're creating or the name of your business, then guess what you're not doing? You're not coaching. You're not teaching. You're not adding value. And as one of my favorite guests, Juan Bandana, says, if you are hesitating, you're being selfish, because you're thinking about you and you're not thinking about them. So this is your invitation to start thinking about the client and to just put as much value out into the world as possible. Now, one of the ways that we really want to reward you guys for continuing to tune into this show as we prove to be prolific and continuously add value is if you haven't yet left us a review, please go ahead and subscribe on your podcast app of choice. Leave us a review, and we are going to pick someone's review between now and the end of the month. This is airing in July. So what you need to do is take a picture of your review and send it into our team at contact@transformationacademy.com. We will draw from this pool of reviews, one, maybe two people, I don't know, let's see if I can twist the arm of the team, and we're going to give away a TA certification. So if something is catching your eye inside our TA course library, and you're like, wow, I've really been eyeing that cert for a while, but I haven't pulled the trigger on it, now's your chance, okay? So go ahead and leave us a review, hit subscribe, send it into our team at contact@transformationacademy.com, and we will let you know at the end of the month who has won the drawing, okay? So that's something really exciting that we're doing on episode 50 to really celebrate you all. And so this is something else to consider. How are you involving your potential client base? How are you rewarding them, incentivizing them, getting them to spread the word about your business on your behalf? Are you running an affiliate program? How could you be incentivizing a social share campaign? What are some unique ways that you can offer value to people who add value back into your company by sharing your mission? Maybe it's a dollar amount, maybe it's a free session. It's really up to you. And there's no limit to this, right? There's so many different ways that you can reward people. So that's something to consider. I also want you to think about the fact that there are 3 types of experts, okay? And you are already at least one of these. So if you're hearing me talk about being prolific and you're like, Kim, I don't have enough to talk about. I don't have enough to share. I'm not an expert. I don't have enough experience. I don't know enough about this thing. I don't have enough testimonials. Well, stay tuned, because the TA community is going to be launching something really powerful to help you get even more testimonials very soon. But B, I want you to consider these 3 types of experts. Okay, expert 1 is someone who has gotten results for themselves. So this is an area in your life where you have already had some sort of transformation. You've already been the hero in your hero's journey in some specific area of life. And that is something that you can look back on now, reverse engineer how you made that shift, and then package it and teach it to other people. Okay, inside our programs, we give you some specific ways to help you unlock that reverse engineer, to help you deconstruct your success and actually pull from your existing friends and family to help you identify what your strengths are and how you've been able to do these things. But on the simplest form, just look at an area of your life that you've already had some sort of shift and transformation and ask yourself, what tools did I use? What practices did I implement? What habits did I let go of or did I adopt? Who did I surround myself with? And then go out and teach other people how to do that. Lead them through the same transformation that you've already gotten for yourself. So that's expert number 1, someone who has gotten results for themselves. Expert number 2, someone who has gotten results for others. So this is an area in life in which you might just be a master. You've never really had to go through an area of transformation because this particular skill set has always just sort of come naturally to you, but it hasn't for others. And so people seek you out for this. They ask you for advice about this particular thing already. Okay? And maybe it's just something that you've innately been a coach on your whole life. You didn't get paid for it, but you were already coaching people on this particular thing. So you've been someone who's gotten results for others. A great example of this is a personal trainer. Now, often personal trainers are people who are innately health oriented. They've never really had to struggle with weight loss or, putting on muscle or understanding how to be nutritionally savvy. Yet they're passionate about this because they see the benefits of it. And so they help other people to do this. So that's expert number 2, someone who has gotten results for others. Expert number 3 is someone who has studied extensively how to get results. So maybe they've not yet gotten these specific results for themselves. And maybe because they're new to the game, they haven't yet gotten these results for others. But by golly, they know how to get a result. And this could be someone who's really studied relationships, as an example. They understand how to communicate effectively. They understand attachment theory, masculine, feminine dynamics, how to move through inner child work and shadow work to show up fully and wholly inside of a romantic partnership. But because they've been so focused on building their career and learning about relationships, and because, coincidence and timing and all these things play into whether or not we meet someone, they aren't currently in a successful long-term partnership. And maybe because they're new to the game, they haven't yet gotten results for others, but they know enough to go out there right now and be an expert in this field and get results for people that hire them. So that's expert number 3, someone who has studied extensively how to get results in this particular category. Now, here's the thing. You are already at least one particular kind of expert in some area of life. So I want you to pick whatever topics feel the most alive for you, whatever feels the juiciest, the funnest, the most creatively inspiring. And I want you to take that and just freaking run with it. I want you to take messy, inspired action. I want you to ship things at least every week. Whatever format feels authentic to you. Could be a YouTube video, could be a blog post, a podcast episode, an Instagram live, a Facebook live. Just get consistent about shipping things and establishing yourself as an expert in this corner of the market. If you can find really unique and novel ways to do it, maybe you're someone who plays the ukulele and you sing at the beginning of every podcast that you do, or you make up a song that's relevant to the topic. Maybe you're someone who is great at doing makeup. So you're doing insane makeup tutorials while you're coaching people on a very particular topic in an Instagram video. These are just like really off the wall examples that I'm coming up with to show you that this is really the limit that you put on it. It is as far as your imagination can take it. This is the beauty of being coaches, is that we get to literally create the business of our dreams. I have the funnest job in the world because I decide that I do. I have so much fun with my clients. I amp them up every week inside our TA containers, inside our one-on-one calls, inside the programs that I lead under the Bold Life Movement, my own personal brand. I decide that I'm an expert and I go out and I make extraordinary products. You get to do this too. Now, another thing I want you to consider before we close this episode is where you publish matters. Okay, so I want to tell you a quick story. I recently had a one-on-one client sign up with me because she found me through Gwyneth Paltrow's television show, Sex, Love, and Goop. Now, I've never been on Gwyneth Paltrow's television show. So how did this person find me? I did an interview with a woman named Jaya back in 2017, 18 maybe, who then went on to do an interview on Gwyneth Paltrow's show, Sex, Love, and Goop. So when people search for Jaya's erotic blueprint, my website historically has come up as the number 2 result. Now, unfortunately, Google made an update recently, and within the past week, I've dropped on the rankings. But for years, I was the number 2 result. So I would get a lot of traffic from people who saw Jaya's work elsewhere in the world and then went searching for her and then came on my site. So I want you to consider where you're publishing, because right now, if you go and you search a top thought leader's name in the industry, I'm going to give you a perfect example. I just did this today. Lewis Howes, Attracting Money. I know today, as of the time of recording this, he has a very recent post with a guest on his podcast where they're talking about attracting money. And I took an exact phrase from his Instagram post and I searched in Google Lewis Howes and that particular phrase. That Instagram post didn't come up on Google until the 4th page. So what that means is that other places where Lewis has content published, like YouTube, for example, and his website, they're ranking higher. People are finding them when they go on the internet and they search for them. Social media posts do not rank as high. So if you're spending most of your time creating only on social media and nowhere else, I want you to reconsider this. I want you to get prolific on other platforms that get more traffic and that support the author or the creator more than social media currently does. Instagram and Facebook do not currently support the author or the creator as much as other platforms. So this is something to consider. I don't want this to add to the overthinking that may be going on in your mind. I want you guys to lean into the phrase less thought, more action, but I want you to take action in really strategic places, okay? So what are your main takeaways from today? Your main takeaways are be prolific, find something that you feel excited about that you can go out there and just claim yourself as an expert right now, because the reality is you already are at least one of the 3 types of experts. And then I want you to be really creative and have fun with it, because the more fun you're having, the more magnetic you're going to be. The more people are going to be like, I don't even care what you're selling. I just want to be in your world. You seem fun. You bring joy to my life. You're on a frequency that I'm not currently on, but I want to be on. How do I get on your frequency? That's what I want you to lean into. And then I want you to think, where can I be publishing in a way that it matters, that people will actually get eyes on it? And if there's something that you want to learn even more about, then go ahead and head over to theprofitablecoach.com/050, where we will be linking to a workshop that I'm leading at the end of the month called Break Up with Instagram, 100+ ways to market your biz without social media. And if you are a TA student or you're from the TA community, then you can use code TA100 to get $100 off. That means you'll only spend $99 on this 3-day live virtual workshop that I'm leading July 31st through August 2nd, where I'm going to talk about all these different ways that you can go be strategic in the marketplace, that you can stop spinning your wheels on Instagram, stop trying to keep up with the latest TikTok trend, and really claim yourself as an expert, a business owner, and a marketer who understands how to get in front of clients and deliver massive, impactful results. All right, again, that link is theprofitablecoach.com/050. And I want to remind you, put yourself in the running for our free giveaway this month. Hit subscribe, leave us a review, screenshot it, and send it over to contact@transformationacademy.com. Thank you so much for listening. I'm sending you guys so much love and celebrating 50 episodes with you, almost an entire year of this show. Let us know, what are some of your favorite episodes? Tell us in your review. I can't wait to run the drawing and give out those certifications to you guys. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm sending you so much love.